Welcome, Pasco School District. This is Mr. Martinez with New Horizons High School. This is a tutorial on how to start a Bulb Digital Portfolios account and also how to utilize it. So make sure that you create an account. So let me just, as you do that, let me explain what this is all about. So Bulb Digital Portfolios is a great versatile tool to be able to generate some kind of art portfolio, meaning this is where you keep all of your finished work, all of your processes, so just any photo documentation of what you are as an artist. But it can be utilized for photography, for almost essentially like a blog. You could use it as a resume tool or even report template or interface. It's got a great versatility to it, and the more you play around with it, the more you'll see how aesthetically pleasing it is, so how good it is to the eyes. Anyway, so register. Make sure you can use your Google if you've already kind of have like Google or Microsoft or Clever established. Go ahead and use them to sign in. And also, when you generate and asks you to save your password, if it's safe to do so, make sure you do that, because the last thing you want to do is to keep going to forgot your password every time you're ready to log in, because you just can't remember that password. Keep it simple. Try to use that same password over and over again, just so you're not lost because 10 teachers are asking you to use 10 different apps, 10 different programs. All right, so we're using Canvas as well as Bulb app. And lastly, we're using Davis Publishings for some text stuff. But anyways, what you're going to see is this page, but really you're going to see it more in this condition the first time you log in. So you're going to see this, and this thing that doesn't really have anything written on there. So go ahead and start customizing. Tell everyone who I am. So make sure you write something. A quote would be nice, or just a little statement about yourself. My name isn't actually Raul Martinez. It's just my made-up name for this demo. My name is Saul Martinez. It's completely different. So you can actually look up photos. If you use web search, what's really nice about that is that it uses Photosplash, which is a free, copyright-free photo search website. Nope, nope, nope. I changed my mind. So use whatever tools you have available to be able to come up with something cool. This you get to manipulate around. You can even blow this up a little bit if you want to back out just a tad bit. There you go. And then the other thing you want to do is add a cover image. Like you use the tools available to you. Don't just do the basic. Always play around with things like this, because the more you're likely to mess around with an interface like this or with any web page, the more your brain kind of accepts challenges, the more your brain accepts um, complex and stressful situations. It's only challenging the first time you use it. Typically, it takes a minute to learn an interface. All right, so now you're ready to go. What you have here is share, create page, create collection, and a couple of different ways to view your documents. Also up here you have upgrade. Don't worry about that. You don't have to pay money. Your main profile, a help option. I'm not sure what this guy's for, a search bar, and then lastly, something that you will be accessing pretty soon, which is your drop-down menu. Create page. What this is you're basically generating different files. So if you had different portfolios, let's say if you're applying to work at McDonald's, and you're also applying to work at a an office, you don't really want the same resume. So really, you'd create two different resumes. Same thing with your art. If you have a photography portfolio and you have a painting portfolio and you have a collection of all your drawings and you want them to be in their own separate portfolio, you create a different page for every single one of those. That's what the create page is for. So it's to create separate files. Create a collection. You want to create a file for your collection of independent files that you want to put in there. So it's essentially, I want to group all of my artwork together but keep my resumes out of it. You would start that collection, and then add those different pages into your collection. It'll make more sense as we go. So the very first thing I want you to do after establishing your photo and your background page photo, I want you to click on those the drop down menu, and I want you to go to groups. Go ahead and click on groups. And then you're going to see viewed closed groups. You're going to see join group and create group. You're going to go to join group, and you're going to enter the code that I've provided on Canvas, which is F6TKYD. Go ahead and click join. And bam, that should be the class that we're all doing. So go ahead and open that class. As you can see, there's only two members here, Mr. Martinez and Raul Martinez, which is my made-up student. Raul is going to want to put every single one of these files in his own personal page. These are all going to be projects found on Canvas that you need to submit via this website. So to begin with, let's just start with Photovoice Projects. On Canvas, I explain what Photovoice Projects are. Don't worry about that right now. What you do want to do is steal this template. So if you look at this, it says, here's a template for Photovoice Projects. Complete all the different Photovoice tasks and then share with the class by clicking. It's actually not share, it's publish in the upper left corner. And it's actually the upper right corner. I was a little backwards. Sorry, I'm still kind of, I'll fix that for you. And then you share with the class. I'll demonstrate that in just a moment. But you're going to go to use template. When you click on template, it's going to ask you, it says once the template is fully copied into your file, you'll be able to receive a notice within your activity feed. You'll be able to navigate to your profile after you click OK. Clicked OK, and it should pop up. Now it's on your profile. It's right here. It's editable. You can do anything you want. You can change that picture in the background. You do want to keep it the title Photovoice Projects, so I know what I'm looking at when you submit it to the class, and I need to give you a grade for it. Okay, I don't want to be thinking like, oh man, what is this? What are they submitting here? To the point where I can't give you credit where credit is due. So be sure that you keep the title on there, Photovoice Projects. One thing you can add is a specific Photovoice project that you're doing, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. This is really editable. Honestly, it really is. Once you delete this, so notice once you highlight something, it gives you options like bolding and bullet points and stuff. Typical Word document type options. So let's say I'm writing, so photo voice project number 1, and then I enter a blah 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 statement. When you highlight it, you can bold it, you can italicize it, you can underline it, you can do whatever you want. You can even change the font. And I'm not sure how many fonts they have on here, just a handful of them, but they're all aesthetically pleasing. I like that one there. All right, so also, once you hit enter after what you wrote, you get the option of submitting a video. You can upload an image, upload a file, audio, or a URL. And you can keep building and building and building. This thing can go on forever. If you want to see some examples of some bulb projects, please Google search them and check them out. There's lots you can do with this. The last thing I want to point out down here is that once you share with the class, students can comment on the work that you've done. I can comment. One thing that you do want to accept and embrace is positive reinforcement of all the work that you're doing, but you also want to be respectful towards your classmates. So anything that you share, make sure that you are doing with the intention of backing each other up, making sure that you are supporting each other's work. Up here on Publish, this is the piece that I was talking about. Once you're ready to share your Photovoice project and or your sketches and or any other project that you do in class, what you want to do is click on here and share with our group, which is Paint and Draw and Martinez. So make sure that you click on that. If you want to make it a template for other people to use, you can. You don't have to. I recommend not doing that because then students can kind of basically steal your structure from this point forward. So don't do that. But also under collection, if you've already created a collection folder, then you can choose that folder to submit your Photovoice project to, and then publish. The reason why you would want to do that is if you want to just keep everything together in one unit and then submit it to me, it's easier for me to find Raul's work in his collection folder versus me having to find every single individual file that he's created over time. So make sure you do that. All right. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. You can find my email or Remind app information on the main page Canvas. Yeah, please feel free to contact me. No